friends, it's Teresa and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about my thoughts on the new horror movie that just came out, Good Boy. So I have a lot of things to say, as I often do. But if you like to the videos from me, hit like, subscribe, and comment. I have been diversifying my content out of just books and into other things as well, like video games and movies and some occasional TV shows. So if you're interested in any of those content on top of the books, let me know and let's hop into the video. So I have my notes on my laptop, so I'll be looking at all those notes just in case you're wondering where I'm looking at and it's not the camera. So this movie kind of follows the concept of a kind of concerning question that you get when you see your dog or your animal barking, staring, meowing, wagging its tail at something that is not there. This follows Indy, who is Todd's family dog, as things are not going well right now. Todd is being a little weird. He's forced them into a new home, new to Indy. It's actually Todd's grandfather's family home, and this home is making Todd act really, really weird. Now it's up to Indy to somehow get Todd out of the house and into safety before it's too late. So moving on to some trigger warnings, because that is important in this. And I will add that there is not a trigger warning for animal death. Well, off-page animal death, but not the main dog animal death. And I can say that because the creators have actually said that there is no animal, that the main dog does not die in this one, because then no one would have seen it. But some of the trigger warnings are blood, frightening scenes, some dog abandonment, death but not of the dog, cancer, and I think some violence, I guess some aggressive content. Moving on to the review, starting off with the cinematography. Probably one of the best things to happen in this movie. I thought that they really did a good job of the cinematography. It really helped convey the feelings that you're supposed to be feeling during this situation that is occurring with Indy and Todd. It really helped push the story forward and really kept everything dynamic. It really helped add to the atmosphere and the storyline. And they did mention it, if you say it long enough at the end of the movie, as to why they did this. This magic that they did with the contrasting of the movie, to be able to show and push the emotions forward and tell the audience how to feel without telling the audience how to feel, because their main actor is a dog who does not know that he's in the movie, as they pointed out several times in that little snippet. Moving on to the acting, or should I say Indy's acting. This, obviously this is attributed to the cinematography of all. They talk about it in the snippet, saying that the only reason why Indy is such an emotive actor, is such a good actor, is because they played a lot with contrast and telling the audience how to feel versus letting the audience kind of feel for themselves. Because again, the main actor is a dog. You can't really get a dog to express that many emotions that isn't "give me Chimkin." You can tell that Indy's an amazing actor on his own. There's a lot of care that went into the movie, into getting Indy to be able to portray the emotions that they needed him to portray. And you could tell that they were very careful not to overwork him as a dog actor. There was a lot of care into making sure he was fed and taken care of, and just all around in a good mindset to be able to film this movie. It took them, I think, 3 years to film the entirety of the movie. And there were some days where only 8 seconds took about 8 hours to film. Because of how Indy portrayed himself in this movie, I just really love seeing this is a gorgeous dog, by the way. I leaned into my sister halfway through the movie and was like, this dog is just abnormally pretty. And she was like, yeah, abnormally pretty. But I just really loved watching this dog try to save his owner. It was so beautiful to me and so sad, and just gorgeous writing, just absolutely gorgeous writing. Moving on to the realism of this movie, you're probably going, this is a horror movie about a dog. How realistic can it get, Therese? How are we doing this? I thought this movie was painfully realistic, and I say that because there were so many moments where I was confused and just trying to figure out what exactly this all meant. But it made sense because Indy is a dog. Indy as a dog has no concept of what ghosts are, of what all these things happening around him are. He just knows that owner is not feeling good. It is up to Indy to make owner feel better. There was no moment where the audience was shown a book that just randomly fell off the bookshelf onto the perfect page that Indy looks at confused, but the audience knows is the research moment of this horror movie. None of that at all. It was obvious, it was painful and realistic because this is from a dog's perspective. So if I'm confused, he is for sure confused about everything. And he doesn't have the resources or the ability to do homework to figure out what's going on, to unconfuse himself or the audience. He is just here. Like I said, all he knows is that his owner is not doing so great and that he wants to help, and he's unsure how to help, but he's just there. Moving on to the pacing of the plot, it's probably one of the weaker points of this movie, I am not gonna lie. It's very gothic in its pacing, which is just tourist jargon for very fucking slow. Very fucking slow. I knew going into it was going to be slow. It's a horror movie set in a house about a dog experiencing haunted things. If that's what's in a Scream, yeah, this is going to be a slow as shit movie, then I don't know what will. However, I feel like there could have been a couple things done to keep the pacing kind of at a steadier beat, just because we kind of went with the traditional, like, up and back down, and up and back down, and up and back down, which kind of made it a little bit repetitive to watch. And by the time we reached the middle of the movie, that's when things start to really, like, ramp up and kind of stay at a plateau, and then keep ramping up and stay at a plateau. But by then, I was just, like, more confused than they needed to be, I feel. The middle was a little bit of a slog to me. Like, I went to the bathroom. I don't like going to the bathroom during movies. I went to the bathroom. And I did feel like I didn't miss much in, like, the 5 minutes I was in the bathroom, which is not bad, but also not good of a horror movie. Like, I should be wanting to hold my pee in kind of situation here. Moving on to the plot. The plot wasn't too crazy. It's about a haunted house affecting the owner of the dog. So there's nothing really super to write home about, really. But the most exciting part about the plot is that it's focused on the doggo and not on the human, which I think is the most novel part about this movie. Moving on to the themes, there are some themes regarding the inevitability of death, that no matter how much we fight it and want it and are saved by our animals, that death will come for us, all of us, no matter what. And all that we have is what we can leave behind. We see that struggle a lot with Todd and how he's reacting, and how he's talking to Indy, and how he's talking to his sister, and how, like, this concept of death is just not vibing with him at all as a person. Moving on and wrapping up this review with my overall thoughts. Do I recommend this movie? Absolutely. I know I had some issues. I know that the plot was something to write home about. I know that the pacing is a little slow, and definitely just slow. However, I was so focused on what was going to happen in Indy. Like, I went to the bathroom still needing to, like, really pee, but still wanting to rush out of the bathroom and make sure nothing happened to Indy. I was just so enraptured in what was going on with the plot and trying to unfold and figure this out with this dog together, even though I was never going to find anything out because of this dog. I think if you're looking for a horror movie that has a couple of good jump scares, has something that'll get you kind of thinking just a teeny weeny bit, and is a bit of a more novel idea, I highly recommend this movie. It's fun, it's a little scary, it's a little sad, but still, like, I think it kind of really adds to some horror movie canons that have been much needed. Now, I just need someone to make it a story about a cat, but I don't know how that's going to work out because my cat sleeps for like 18 hours a day, so I don't think they're going to be solving any mysteries or saving anyone from certain doom anytime soon. But I think it'd be fun still. But that is it for my review of Good Boy. Fun movie, novel idea, very, like, we get those romances and those fun games focus on the dogs, or fun movies focus on the dogs, but now we get a horror movie. So excited to see what other kind of, like, traipses into this subgenre of movies that we'll be getting in the future. So yeah, but like I said in the beginning, if you like this kind of videos, hit like, subscribe, and comment. If you want to see more from me, do the exact same thing. If you have any videos you want me to do, or any books or movies you want me to watch and review, let me know in the comments. I'll try to get to them as soon as I can. But until next time, stay safe, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye-bye.